Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Have another Jurassic World review for you today. This is the Gyrosphere and Claire. I don't know, for some reason I think I would have written Claire and Gyrosphere. Don't know why, it just feels weird to say Gyrosphere and Claire. I guess this goes here, this goes here. Maybe it was a packaging symmetry thing. I don't know. In any case, you can see here you get a Gyrosphere and you get an exclusive Claire figure. This is the only way to get her so far. Her normal figure is not out yet. You can see made by Mattel. Taking a look over here, says one figure and one gyrosphere included. I think we could figure that out, but thank you. The gyrosphere can hold 2 figures, which is very cool. And then it just has some of the roarivores, which is the sound-making dinosaurs featured over here. One figura, one gyrosphere. I love it. So, pretty basic packaging, but definitely very neat. So I'm going to go ahead and get these guys out of the packaging, and we'll take a closer look. Alright, so here we go out of the packaging here. You can see the gyrosphere comes in 2 pieces, and the top of the dome has this cool cracked graphic, or it's kind of carved into it, if that makes sense. It's not a sticker or anything. It's molded into the plastic, but it's really cool. It makes it look like it's almost about to shatter, so I appreciate that. Taking a look at the Claire figure, I think they did a decent job. I mean, it doesn't super look like Bryce Dallas Howard, but it's decent for the face sculpt. Basic articulation for these figures, heads on a ball joint. She has the same kind of shoulder joint, but for some reason the joints on mine are very tight, so it makes me a little nervous to move them around for some reason. The elbow joint is really tight. It can move from side to side fine, just bending at the elbow. But overall, I think it's a good looking figure. Waist bends out to the side, front to back with the hip. And then you can move the knee joint similar to the elbow joint. No ankle articulation, but that's pretty standard for these figures. So overall, I think it's pretty cool. I know there is going to be another Claire figure as part of the normal $7.99 line, just because we've seen it on the back of the packaging for some of the like Owen figures and things like that. But if you need a Claire right now, this is the only way to get one as far as I know. So if you take the gyrosphere here, and you can see you can clip the figures in. So we'll take Claire and bend her at the waist and the knees. And then it should clip around her waist. So there we go. Not too difficult to get her situated in there. And then you just take the dome, put it on top. I don't know if there's a rhyme or a reason of how to clip this on, but just kind of rotate it around until it clips into place. Is that on all the way? Maybe? No. Alright. Oh, I see. There we go. You can see that there is a tiny, like, ridge here, and so the piece of plastic on the bottom has to line up with that, and that's what makes it close all the way, if that makes sense. So now you have your gyrosphere, and you just roll it. And it rolls pretty well. And I know this looks ridiculous. And Claire's going crazy inside. You can spin it around. But honestly, if you just roll like normal, you can see that it does work so that, you know, the chair piece, if rolled normally, will, as like a gyrosphere would, stay normal in the middle while the rest of it rolls around. Now, obviously, if you spin this thing and go nuts with it, it can only do so much. She'd get quite sick, I assume. But it's kind of hilarious. But yeah, I think if you just roll it along normally, I think it does a pretty decent job of staying upright for the characters. So if I open this up, you can fit 2. So I brought Owen along to put in here as well. So we'll get this to fit. There we go. And then close this back up. So there you see, fits two figures comfortably, which is what I was trying to say. I think that works. And then again, if you roll it, it'll stay pretty normal in the middle. It's kind of just really fun to roll it back and forth. And the faster and wilder you go, the characters are just like, oh, what's happening? What's happening? I can imagine they get off and be like, ooh. But I think it's fun. I mean, it's definitely a very basic vehicle. There's not a whole lot to it. It doesn't have any kind of missile launchers or anything like that. But it does fit two figures very nicely. And I think it does work as far as being a gyroscope or gyrosphere, whatever they want to call it. It does keep the piece in the middle fairly well balanced while the rest of it moves around. So I think it's cool. This was, I think, $14.99 at Target. And if you figure the figures themselves are usually in the $7 area. Now, the $7.99 figures come with accessories. Oh, I think I'm trying to take off the wrong side. That's why it's not working. There we go. So the figure to me is worth $6 or $7, which means, you know, well, math is not working for me right now. $9 to $10 or $9 to $8, $8 to $9 is the actual vehicle itself. So I think it's decent. I mean, it's not the best vehicle ever, but it's all right. And the Claire figure that comes with it is nice. And like I said, since it's the only way to get a Claire figure right now, might be something you're interested in. If you don't really care for this vehicle, you could certainly just wait. Why do I always do this wrong? So basically how this is supposed to work, you can see here that there is this kind of ridge all the way around. There's one on the back as well. So when you look at this, you can see there's this elevated area. So basically what you do is you have to put this on in the elevated area so that it snaps closed. Then when you go to open it, you can twist, and when that area runs out, it'll naturally force this up, which is nice. It's kind of an interesting way, a very smart way to engineer it so that it clips on nicely, and you can twist it to pop it right off so it doesn't get stuck on there. You don't have to worry about breaking it or anything like that. So I think that's a, you know, a little smart engineering there as far as putting that on and off. So very nicely done. So yeah, at the end of the day, in my opinion, it's a decent vehicle with a cool figure. Is it the best vehicle ever? No, but I think it's neat. I think it works as a gyrosphere. It can hold two figures, which I appreciate. And the Claire figure is nice. So really, it's going to be up to you. Are you looking for vehicles? Do you want a Claire figure right now? This is a good way to go. If you don't really care about this vehicle, you just want the Claire figure and you want to wait till the other version that comes out with the tiny stego in the normal $7.99 line, then I would wait. But I think if you buy this, there's some fun to be had. I think it'd probably get boring fairly quickly. But especially for young kids, I think if you just want to put figures in here and roll it all around the house, I think there's fun that could be had with that. So it's really going to be a your mileage will vary kind of toy here. I would recommend it if you personally think it's going to be fun. If you're just buying it for the figure, you know, maybe wait. Now, the figure that comes out in the $7.99 pack will look different. I believe she has a different outfit on, or at least a different color jacket. I don't remember 100% offhand, but it will be a different figure. So if you're a completionist and you want both, you know, there will be two different versions of Claire, and this would be the only way to get this version. So again, it's going to be up to you. If you want to wait for the $7.99 assortment figure, go for it. If you think there's fun to be had with the Gyrosphere, pick it up. I think for what it is, it's fine. It could have more functionality, but it's decent. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share the video, and please subscribe. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Gyrosphere and Claire from Jurassic World. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.